moody lighting, atmospheric kind of surroundings.
Cars.
Cars?
Yeah, going down country road. Special effects, you know how you see in the pop videos, I don't expect to see that. It's quite natural.
Pretty sure. I think the whole point of an indie music video is you don't really know what you're going to see. It's not very conditioned by like the mainstream music, so yeah, everything's out there really.
I expect to see kind of a lot of people and a lot of action and energy kind of going with the music.
Focus on like an individual person and then like
Chained by the XX.
And Howard's Only Love.
As indie, yeah, it'd be Catfish from the Bottom then, and Cocoon, I guess.
I'd probably say there's a video by the Vaccines. It's It's Teenage Icon.
Is It Me by the Cooks.
Because they're like swimming through water and it's really like cool. The motion goes with the beat of the song because it's really chilled, it's very artsy.
Because it's quite simple, yeah, very simplistic, quite, I don't know, very intimate.
It's set in an asylum, which sounds quite dark, but it's quite interesting. See, I think it follows like the relationship of two patients in an asylum, and I think one of them gets like lobotomized. It's quite a depressing video when you think about it, but it's really nice.
And it's very kind of angsty, and I think it represents the song very well. Like, I think that's well, it's got quite a lot of teenagers, and you can see kind of the stereotypical teenager, and he's comparing like what he wants to be to this stereotypical teenager. I think that's displayed very well in the video.
Okay. I just think it's kind of like it's different because like you follow the perspective of like the one person and there's other people around, and it's quite interesting.
Makes me feel really chilled and reflective on life. The lyrics are usually quite meaningful. Add my own situations to them.
I love it. I love sitting in my room listening to that type of music because it makes you just feel like all peaceful.
It's become quite a kind of cliche now in a sense, because indie used to mean independent music label, but now of course it's not. Now it's basically such a wide genre, so you can go from like Arctic Monkeys could almost be considered indie, to like I don't know, Not on the Wavy type stuff. But yeah, it's good. I enjoy it. It's a good genre of music.
I quite like that. It's quite relaxing, really. Like usually it's got quite intelligent lyrics, so it's just kind of.
It's just a feel good.
Narrative, because it's usually about the meaning, not the show, like the extravagance of it.
Probably more narrative than performance because I don't think it's the type of kind of genre that would be performed in such a way, such as pop or hip like R&B.
There's definitely more story in indie music videos, I think, because they generally have more of a sort of plot and it's more of an art thing. The video is much more important, whilst in most kind of mainstream music videos it seems to just be sort of like pictures of money to people in fast cars.
I'd probably say narrative. I'd probably say the most important thing about the lyrics for indie are that there's something you can relate to and listen to.
Well, there's less. Either it's all narrative and then the music's kind of second hand, or it's all like the performance and then there's not really much going on. So it's either one or the other, but it's not really both.
16 to 30s.
18 to late 20s.
Pretty much all of them, I think. It definitely goes kind of peaks at like teenage years, obviously, as most stuff does now. But no, it's pretty broad, I think.
15 up to 25.
I think it's older teenagers and young 20s. I don't think it's much younger or above that. Yeah.
Guitars, like bass, drums, like drum pads, and synths, I think.
Guitars. On the drums, there are drums, aren't there? Yeah, there are drums.
There's a lot of weird ones. I mean, like you get all the kind of classics. The kind of classic indie band would be maybe two guitarists, a drummer and a singer or something. Sort of a two-door cinema type club type thing. But you know, I've seen Friendly Fire's gigs where they've been playing like weird sort of piano, keyboard things which you like have a blow into those ones. Kind of all sorts of instruments. I think people are getting quite experimental with sounds. More unusual ones. I mean, you get the old one with the little ukulele in it, and that's quite fun. But yeah.
I think there's quite a range. I think there's quite often piano, and then guitar, of course, and then some drums.
Quite a lot of guitar. Yeah, guitar. Not so much piano. Some, yeah, maybe guitar.
Fiction by the XX because it just shows Ollie and there's like no embellishment on anything else, so it shows an insightful like meaning to the lyrics and the video because it's quite simple.
It was a festival. It was in the city. It was Bad Blood. They filmed it in the city, and but it kind of contrasted, like the scenes contrasted with their music, which was quite nice.
I think it was a video for Fallout with Catfish in the Bottom. In that one, it's these three guys in a white van, and the song comes on, and they just start dancing, and everyone around is just like dancing in the street. There's a woman with a pram who starts like just doing this kind of cool stuff, and I thought that was a great music video. It was perfect. I think it's kind of joy. It was kind of like a joyful celebration of music in a sense. With dance is quite an intrinsic part of music in general, so they go hand in hand, and you wouldn't really get that sort of very positive atmosphere in sort of, well, no, you get positive atmospheres in mainstream music videos, but that kind of celebration of surrealism.
Probably, was it Naive, again by the Kooks? That was more narrative, it was a story and you don't really like hear the words as much, but it was very, like, it was a very good storyline, it was quite good to watch, it's like a mini film. So.
People would get high.
Okay.
And like wear hippie clothes and stuff.
Probably about like a journey. So you'll see the musicians kind of on a journey or a character within the music video.
I don't know, it can be anything. Usually it centres more on individual, I feel.
Quite relatable storylines, like kind of that you can listen to and think, oh yeah, I recognise them.
I'm not really sure if there's like a particular kind, but the one I watched was a romantic line where actually it was a pregnancy, but but it was a relationship kind of narrative, so between people.